You are alone in your room. The door is locked. The lights are on. Nothing is happening. No sound outside. No shadow moving under the door. No reason to feel anything except fine. But your body is still listening.
Not to anything specific, just listening, scanning the silence for something it can't name. You lie there, and the room feels slightly too quiet. You check your phone, put it down, check it again. You don't know what you're waiting for. Your body does. Most people think loneliness is an emotion, a sad one, a soft one, something that happens when you miss someone enough, something that fades when you distract yourself, a mood, not a mechanism. That's not what the science says. In 2011, a neuroscientist named John Cacioppo at the University of Chicago published research that reframed everything we thought we understood about being alone. He had spent 2 decades studying loneliness, not as a feeling, but as a biological state. What he found was not what anyone expected. Loneliness doesn't just make you sad. It changes your brain. It changes how you process threat. It changes how you sleep. It changes how your immune system responds. And it does all of this before you are even consciously aware that you feel alone. The loneliness comes second. The alarm comes first. Here is what alone actually meant for most of human history. You lived inside a group, not because you chose to, because you had no other option that ended well. Your group shared the work of finding food, which meant no single person had to succeed every day to survive. Your group shared body heat through winters that would kill you in days without it. Your group kept watch in rotation through the night, which meant you could sleep knowing someone else would hear the branch snap before it reached you. Alone meant none of that. No shared warmth, no shared food, no one watching the dark while you slept. Alone humans separated from their group in the Pleistocene didn't just feel bad. They were in genuine danger. Predators target isolated animals. Weather kills individuals. Injuries that a group could manage around became fatal without help. Researchers studying hunter-gatherer societies have found that survival outcomes for isolated individuals drop dramatically within days, not weeks. Your body understood this long before language existed to explain it. So it built a system. When the people around you disappear, when the sounds of the group go quiet, when the warmth of other bodies is gone, when the night stops feeling shared, your nervous system reads that as a threat signal, not metaphorically, physiologically. Your cortisol levels rise, your immune system shifts into inflammatory mode, preparing for injury. Your threat detection circuitry becomes more sensitive, scanning harder for danger in every direction. And then there is the sleep. In 2011, Cacioppo's team measured the sleep of lonely individuals against socially connected ones. The same broad environment, similar nights, but the lonely brain slept differently. The difference was measurable and consistent. Lonely individuals had significantly more sleep fragmentation throughout the night. Brief moments where the brain surfaced from deeper sleep back toward wakefulness. The brain was keeping watch, because deep sleep is vulnerable sleep. In a world where you were surrounded by people, deep sleep was safe. Someone else was listening. But alone, the ancient brain refused to fully let go. It kept one part of itself alert, monitoring, scanning the silence for the sound that meant something had found you. One of the loneliest participants in the study was not sleeping under a bridge. They were not in danger. They were in a normal bed, in a normal room, in a normal house. The door was locked, the lights were off, nothing was wrong. But their wrist monitor kept recording the same thing. The body kept surfacing, again and again through the night. Not
to fully wake them, just enough to check. A sleeping person. A safe room. Still keeping watch. That is not a sleep disorder. That is a 50,000-year-old system doing exactly what it was built to do. The room was safe. The body wasn't convinced. But here is where it gets stranger. Cacioppo's team didn't just measure sleep. They found that chronically lonely individuals showed stronger threat responses to social signals that non-lonely individuals barely registered. A neutral face, an ambiguous tone of voice, a pause in conversation that meant nothing. The lonely brain was finding danger everywhere, not because it was broken, because it was calibrated for a world where danger followed isolation, where the silence after the group went quiet was the last warning you got. The brain that survived loneliness was the brain that stayed suspicious, stayed alert, stayed awake. That brain is yours. Think about the last time you felt it. Not missing someone specific. That other thing. The one that shows up when the house is quiet and everyone has gone to bed and you are the last one still awake. Or the afternoon when the messages stop coming and you sit in a room that is objectively fine and feel somehow that something is wrong. But you can't say what. You tell yourself it's nothing. You make tea, you scroll, you put a video on in the background. Not because you want to watch it, but because the silence feels too loud and sound fills it. That may look like anxiety. It may feel like sadness. But underneath it, something older is happening. It is 50,000 years of survival logic running in a locked room, in a world that no longer requires it. Your brain knows you are in an apartment, but the older system underneath it is not reading the apartment. It is reading the silence. It only knows the group has gone quiet. And once, that was how everything went wrong. The background noise you need at night, the phone you check without reason, the low-level unease of a Sunday afternoon with nowhere to be and no one coming. That is the watch your ancestors kept every night of their lives, still running, still waiting for the group to come back. Here is what makes this harder to shake than you'd expect. Cacioppo's research found that chronic loneliness creates a loop. The threat alarm makes you hypervigilant to social signals. Hypervigilance makes you more likely to misread neutral interactions as threatening or rejecting. That misreading pushes you further from the people around you. And further from people means the alarm gets louder. The system designed to pull you back toward the group can end up pushing you away from it. Because in the world the alarm was built for, isolation was brief. You got separated from the group. You found them again, or you didn't. The alarm was never designed to run for months, for years, for a lifetime of living inside a city of millions, while the body insists you are alone in the dark. There was no such thing as chronic loneliness in the Pleistocene. No one was supposed to be alone for months. Your alarm only had two settings, alone for a night or alone forever. It has no setting for the in-between. And most of modern life is the in-between. The room is not dangerous. Your body does not know that. It only knows the group went quiet. The warmth disappeared. The shared watch ended. And once, for almost every ancestor you have ever had, that was how danger began. The danger was real then. The alarm is real now. The only thing that changed is the dark.